starts, and then I'm supposed to go to black and count to 5 because, of course, fade to black, fade in. All right, you ready? Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So yesterday, having watched the video, I said to myself, yeah, I got to get more floor space in this office. So it doesn't look like it. I know it doesn't look like it, but I have unpacked. I've unpacked books, right? I've unpacked my books. There they are. It's all my books. And I rearranged some of my stuff, um, the hats and the shoes and the whatnot, and I'm going to move them around so you can have something else to look at other than me sitting here in front of you. And so over on that side, I still have 7 boxes, and just to my left, where you can't see it, I have sort of a pile of 4 more, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with them. It's just a lot of stuff. So, chat. Interesting. That doesn't seem to be working. Hang on one second. I just want to see what this is. Am I supposed to do something with this or no? I don't know. The chat. I can't see the chat. I wonder why. Okay, maybe the chat hasn't connected. In any case, I had an odd thing happen yesterday, and it was quite bizarre. I didn't understand what I was going through, what was happening to me. But I had 2 phone calls from 2 very, very important organizations who are involved in the resolution of the death of my friend. And one was a bank and the other was a legal entity, because when someone dies, there is a probate of the will. And equally, when someone dies, there is a process at a bank where the account is transformed into something called an estate account. And I have met with both of these entities for hours at a stretch, and neither one seemed to be particularly on point. A little disconnected, maybe a little, I don't know, demoralized, slow on the uptake, and I couldn't really grasp why. So when I was at these meetings, the phone calls yesterday were odd in that they were calling to tell me that it was my responsibility to do their job. And the first call blindsided me because I was in the midst of something emotionally very, very draining. And I suddenly found myself raising my voice. And when the individual tried to talk over me, I made it, I think, fairly clear that that was not the wisest choice to do, especially now. And what I stepped away from after that call was wondering why I got so angry. People call that triggering. And then I really didn't have a lot of time to think about it because the phone rang again, and it was the other entity who similarly did this an equally tone-deaf thing. And I was genuinely furious because, of course, cumulative effect. So I read them the riot act, and then with great satisfaction I hung up on them, which is, I know it's very immature, but there comes a time when what you really want to do is say slam, and walk out the door, except that it's a phone. And so all you just do is boop, and I thought about it a lot because I haven't gone there. I have not gone there except once with a very unhelpful admin person at one of the hospitals who didn't see the point. And so I explained to her the point fairly fairly succinctly. So then this morning, bright and early, quite interesting, I saw Seth Godin's post. Now, Seth Godin is a very, very clever and insightful student of the human communications condition. And he said this in his post. He said, really, there are three braids to our society, to our culture, to our state of mind, and we shift between them. And the three states are power, which is status, that we seek power or status, that we seek safety, which is peace of mind, and that we seek meaning, which by his translation is hope. And I really thought about that this morning, and I thought that's where I was going yesterday. That's what happened. I have been seeking a path from where I was to where I needed to be on the daily. No time to reflect, no time to wonder how I felt about anything. But since mid-September, my role, my function, my journey, my job, my whatever it is you want to call it, was one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. Listen closely, take notes, ask questions, do it again, and repeat. And I did that because I felt compelled, that I felt that I could, and that I should, and that I wanted to bring power, safety, and meaning to my friend, because I was the one who could. And yesterday, in a lovely phone call later in the day, a dear friend of mine said, I want to congratulate you on your determination. And I said, really? There was no plan B. There was no option B, as far as I could see. Determination was, how do we get through this? It's a navigation task. It's a navigation skill, and I am uniquely fitted for it. And this lovely friend said, a lot of people who are equally fitted would not have done what you did, would not be doing what you continue to do. And I want to congratulate you. And I said, well, thank you. Do you suppose any stubbornness plays into it? And my friend said, well, duh. So when I saw the pictures this morning that I wanted to post, when I saw me at Ottawa Comic Con with my picture being taken with the stormtrooper and the little droid, all of us wearing boas, I thought, there's a role, there's a character, there's a place I chose to be, and a role I chose to play, as did they. Those people, the fellow running the droid, is creating an opportunity for people to remember something magical that made them feel amazing. So there's safety, there's meaning, and the status of being part of that group, that community, all three, and the fabulous cosplayer dressed as a stormtrooper, and me with my boa and my You Can't Do That on Television lockers behind me at Ottawa Comic Con. All three of us, all thousands, 25, was it 25 or 40,000 people, were looking for, seeking some level of all three. They were seeking power, safety, and meaning. And then the other pictures I posted that I think are fun. Lance's mom from You Can't Do That on Television, mom flipping that pancake, that that virtual pancake in the air with Eugene, and the nurse, Miss McIntosh, like the apples. Each one of those characters that I can channel pretty much on a dime, they are the characters that I was invited to be in order to send one of those messages equally to all the people watching. and to inspire and entertain and connect and engage with the other actors and the crew and the producers, to give everyone an opportunity to feel that they could safely reach their zone, their place that they needed to be. And as I'm doing my unpacking and I'm settling into my new space, I'm bringing with me all of my treasures, all of my memories. I love that. I love that foam board that Cliff Caporal made for me for Ottawa Comic Con. I love the picture that he chose. Everything about that delivers one of those things to me without any effort. I don't have to stop and think how I feel when I look at those shoes or my on-air sign or the books that I've written. I don't have to think about what it meant to me to do those things and find those things and choose those things. They they live in my memory effortlessly. And part of the reason I'm talking about this today is the thing that we all do, the thing that we all do without even stopping to think. This is our hidden talent, our hidden gift. We are able to shift seamlessly without conscious thought from one part of us to the next, to the next, to the next, in response to whatever the universe brings, whatever the day brings. When I got really angry yesterday and yelled at those people, I felt later that that was really unhelpful. This morning, when I read Seth's article, I thought, no, no, that wasn't unhelpful. In those two moments, I was defending my territory. I was defending my boundaries. Two separate individuals from two separate, massively powerful groups and entities were trespassing my boundaries with no apology. They knew exactly who I was. They knew exactly what I'd been through. They knew exactly their power to do the things they were asking of me. And they weren't sorry when I told them it's not going to be. I, I, I was firm and I was voluble. I was loud and I hung up on them. And I felt vindication in the moment, and then I don't like feeling the way I felt in the aftermath. I don't like feeling that low, angry, fearful energy. I don't like being there. I like being here. I like having, you know what I'm doing, right? It's the reverse. This is why I'm not allowed to drive transport trucks. I can't figure out which way I'm supposed to turn. Go that way, go there. See, I can learn. I love feeling in this positive, lighthearted, insightful state of mind, and I love bringing you there with me. This is my superpower. It's who I have always been and who I was always meant to be. And in this process of getting myself back on track, back to my office, to my work, to my ability to write and create and communicate. This is where I want you and I to be in this journey called Pivotry in motion. As I unpack and I can find the most important things, I'm going to start planning my next steps. And I want you walking the path with me. Now, for some reason today, the chat isn't working, so I'm not able to see what you're saying, and I apologize. I will figure that out. Billy will explain it to me. But I will go back and watch later, and I will look up the things you've said. And so what I want to leave you with today, I'm trying to figure out how long it's been, and I can't even, oh, all right, it's only been 12 minutes. I can keep going. So the message I want to share today is this theory that I have proven true, that we have this innate ability, this hidden power to call up all the people we need to be to thrive in any situation. We have always been able to do it. It's part of our primitive survival technique that has been with us since we walked out of the ooze and said, oh, look, is that a cave? And oh, look, are we inventing fire today? Awesome. All these things that we've carried with us for millions of years, we can do today spontaneously once we know where it lives, once we know how we go in search of it. And when I walk you through the technique, when I walk you through the cause and effect, how we channel it and seek it and put it in play, everything's going to change. And you're going to love it, I guarantee. That is why I'm so excited about Pivotry. And that is why I'm so excited, by the way, for all of you who are watching today, thank you. For all of you watching today who have been so far part of the interview process, getting all your stories and using them to illustrate the many ways that this is true. I'm going to have to talk to you again soon, because I'm going to need a couple of things. I'm going to need more insights on this particular learning curve that I'm coming through, because I want to hear about yours. I want to introduce yours in times of the greatest stress. And we didn't talk about that. And it's necessary, it's essential that we do that. And the second, of course, is that I'm going to need your pictures, because I can't do a chapter without people getting to know you face to face, as it were. So there are going to be recalls and rechats and updates very soon, I promise. And in the meantime, the weekend is ahead of me, and I made a promise to myself, and I was talking to Carol yesterday, and I'm going to be talking to Billy later today, that I want to feel arrived by the end of April. And that is in a very few days, today being the 27th. So in 4 days, May 1st, I'm back on track. That's my goal. That's my commitment to me and to you and to all of us. So when I leave you today, in a minute or two, and by the way, thank you for watching yesterday. Thank all of you for watching yesterday. Thank you for your comments, both here on Facebook and over here on YouTube. This restreaming device is amazing, because I'm recording live. I'm streaming live on both platforms simultaneously. Like I know what I'm doing. So thank you for being there on the first journey. And thank you for being here for episode 145. And as I leave you today, if you're willing to take a moment and just kind of think about it, maybe write down those 3 things at one point or another. And they're all interwoven. It's like, as Seth Godin called it, a braid. And we can rebraid. We can prioritize one or the other. And we don't have to consciously think about it. We just go there. Or we can suddenly wake up and say, yeah, I need to go there. So we can do it 2 ways. Power, which is status of some kind. Safety, which is peace of mind. And meaning, which is hope and purpose and direction. Cool, huh? Okay, you know the drill. The weekend is upon us. I still have, 40 boxes to unpack. But I'm going at a pretty good clip, I think. So the weekend, mine, is going to be fairly busy, and I know yours will be too. While you're being busy, remember, be good to you. Take the time, take the breathing, take the later folder, take door number 3. Be good to you. You deserve it. There's always time. Always. And remember to hug your loved ones. because boy, are they worth it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.